Welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. I'm your host, Queen Nub, Rita, and this is Aaron.
Yeah, much less important than the Nub Queen here. Anyways, we are smoking the last of the nubs that we have. This is the Nub Connecticut, which means the only one we have not reviewed is the Nub Ecuador, or Nub Sumatra. But I'd have to trust Thompson again to get those. So, um,
Well, at least for some of you out there that like nubs, you can always check out Cigar.com. They have in stock the limited edition nub dubs.
yep. So, as you can see, this is a Connecticut wrapper. And I did some research. This is an Ecuadorian Connecticut. The difference, there's two main types of Connecticut leaf. The first one is Connecticut Valley leaf, which the Connecticut Valley uses shade to cover it, and it's grown in Connecticut in the United States. That's the primary one. It's a much lighter shade, and nobody has ever been able to duplicate that shade
So
anywhere.
let me ask, kind of cigar terminology. These are made in the wrappers made in the U.S.
Not in this. This is an Ecuadorian Connecticut, which ends up using a valley that has natural mist in it, so they don't use the shade, and it's the most common of the Connecticut wrappers. And that's what we have here is the Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. So, yep, and I have nothing further to add on that. The filler is a mix of Nicaraguan tobaccos, including the Nicaraguan binder. So, anything you have?
Yes, what's it smell like?
Oh, yes, smell.
And happy Easter, one and all.
Well, this smells rather earthy and tobacco-y, in my opinion. It's got a nice, pleasant smell, a little on the strong side. And seams and stems are very visible on here. The wrapper, or the seam on the wrapper is visible too, but it's not bad. I've never had a problem seeing seams, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and light this up. You going to light yours up?
I'm just picking up hints of earth, pure earth. But let me just say, for the record, while Aaron's lighting this, and I want to say something to you all, happy Easter once again, and that the last nub I had was creamy butteriness. So let's see if this equals up the expectations it did.
Well, in the past, the Connecticut nub was our favorite.
Right off the top, creamy, full of flavors and butteriness. And smooth.
My first puff is kind of a creamy leather.
This is like cream that you put in for strawberry cream. This is just pure blissfulness, you know.
And I'm right, I only lit half my cigar. There's some woodsy notes to it, kind of like tree bark wood. Quite tasty. I think we should probably get into the halfway point and get back to everyone. I got nothing further to add. Rita?
Nope.
All right.
See you in a second.
Yep, 1 second, we'll be back.
Welcome back to the
Nub Connecticut.
Nub Connecticut
Halfway
review.
through. And I'm only getting very, very, very mild leathery notes. Decent long finish. There's some mild sweetness to the smoke, possibly some hay flavors lingering in the background too. Fairly standard though, and quite enjoyable.
I'm picking up earth notes with creamy smoothie, or smoother buttery notes. No, leather notes. And I would say
I forgot to mention the creaminess.
I'm picking up a little hint of spice in this. Can't tell you what spice it is, but it's not pepper. It's got a good long finish, and it's
very, very nice and tasty. And I could tell you one thing also about this is that there's a couple different wrappers on here because you can see the thickness between the binder and wrapper and the filler tobaccos. It's something I was recently thinking about. I've had some 60 ring gauge cigars where I go ahead and punch it or cut it, and I got this thin, flimsy leaf, and that's all that's on the outside. And some of them I cut, and it seems to be like a 1/4 inch of binder and wrapper. And that kind of gives more of that wrapper flavor that you look for. And that's kind of nice that some cigars try to offset the size by including more wrapper so you can get more of that wrapper taste. I'm going to go ahead and take my band off here. Anything else you have to say?
Yes, I do for a second, since this is just so you know, if you guys want to cash in on a limited edition cigar, it's only at cigarinternationalcigar.com. This is 12 nubs, 3 of each, in little tubo size. I wanted to share that with you.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Maduro, of course.
Apparently the tubes are not available everywhere and they're hard to get a hold of.
Exactly.
For dealers. I have seen them actually in brick and mortars as well.
Yes,
so.
I've seen a couple brick and mortars, which was like Mike. We call him Mike at Evergreen.
That is his name. We don't just call him that. That is his name.
He had these two available. He had these 2 nubs available at his brick and mortar store, the Connecticut and the Cameroon. He pointed to me when he was pointing the nub coffees to me the other day. So I do want to say, for the record, for nubs, since I love nubs, I think their boxes are all flimsy.
Well, I know my friend Josh really likes the nub box, and I actually kind of like it. It is very straightforward, joined together wood with a wood top. Nothing special, no fancy wood stains on it. Pretty much a naked wooden box, and it serves its purpose. So I actually like it.
No offense to anyone, but I had a box just like that held 10 nub Sumatras. I mean, if you're buying a nub, they should give you 20 or 24 like usual. Instead, it was limited edition 10 Sumatra for my birthday 2 years ago.
Yeah. And they were very tasty.
And Aaron got it for me, so please look for the final
third.
And we'll continue.
We'll see you in a second.
Welcome back to the final third of this Nub Connecticut. I was just looking at the time since we had a late dinner and a late lunch, and I was thinking, man, I could use another cigar after this.
So, onto the Connecticut. This has a nice kind of creamy texture for the most part. It's picked up in flavor in the end here, and it's gotten a little warm to my liking, but it's still a lot of kind of leathery, buttery notes, kind of some floral in there, and it's a really decent cigar. It's very nice and smooth, nice and mellow.
And I want to say it burns very nice, not many fixes. And just so you know,
burning a little wonky, as you can see.
Anyways, what I was going to say about the cigar is last night I had a Cane F after Aaron left, and I just want to say the Cane F burned really good till the end, and then it went wonky, and then when I tried relighting it, It left about an inch to an inch and a quarter of, and I just said piss on it, you know, but it smoked really good while I was doing up my business letters. So,
And when I get a little burn like what I just showed you, I will usually even it out before it starts getting bad.
and I just wanted to say, one of our subscribers who watches our videos all the time, Johnny Sticks. I just wanted to say to you, Johnny, that you said you like the nub connies. These are just, out of all the nubs, this is my favorite. So
I'm pretty much in agreement. I do like the Sumatra, and as I said, I don't know if I'll reorder those again because of where they come from.
And then you can have one, and I can have 9, and we can review them.
I might split a box with you.
I am the nub queen.
That doesn't mean I give you all of them.
I'm just joking around. If you guys take it seriously, don't. It was just a joke, you know.
No, that wasn't necessarily a joke. She confiscates things from me sometimes.
I do not.
So, anyways, yeah, I would recommend the Connecticut, definitely. I'd recommend at least trying most of the nubs out there.
I would like to say for the record, since, you know, I love nubs, I recommend you try getting it either at Cigar Bid or Cigar Auctioneer. It's a better price than paying for a full box, you know. However, another thing, and I'm not endorsed by them, but I will tell you, if you ever want to try the nubs and you want to try one of each nub and you have the money, pick them up, including the cane nubs. Pick them up over at Holt's. They do 6-packs to go. And I did that one time.
And you can actually get 24 cigars for cheaper than
buying a box.
I think it's like 10 cigars for $74, or you can get 4 of each for, or 6 of each for something like $89 or something.
It's about $90 without shipping. They sometimes offer free shipping at Holt's. But the thing I wanted to say is you're paying between $120 and $160 a box for nubs, just like that little wooden box there, and you just get 24. So, I mean, the deal at Holt's is better if you buy them in their 6-packs to go. You know.
Yeah, you don't have to look them up. They're $24 roughly for one 6-pack. I already knew that, so it works out to about $100.
Yes, but
I think it's actually 21, 21, 21, and 21. So
here we go.
It works out to like 84.
So if you go to the limited edition jobbies for all of you out there, you need to realize the limited edition, like the Nub Dub, is only in 10. The Sumatra is in 10. But for example, if you want the Connecticut 4x60 Habano,
those are box of 24s.
Yeah, right there. 24 is 120. Connecticut's 138. Habano's 138, and Maduro's is 153.
But if you want a box of 12, you're talking like 75 to try them all.
Oh, and these are in 10, and you can get tubes in the Maduros, but you're paying $87 for a box of 12. So be very careful. But every box of 20, except for their torpedoes, is going to be pretty expensive. Like this, the Habano Gordo 4x66. Paying $175, so you do the math. Do you want to pay
$100? But they go between $8 and $9 typically a stick.
In a brick and mortar. But as I was going to say to you all is, if you really want to do the deal, I'm not endorsed by them, but check out Holt's 6-packs. So if you buy 4 6-packs of Connecticut's, you're paying $80. You don't get the box. But you don't need the box because you're paying another $80 just for a box.
And just so you know, this the Connecticut here, or the Connie, as we've heard it called, and I like that term, has taken an hour and 15 minutes roughly. So,
and just so you know, before I go, again, I'm not endorsed, but they charge $21.95 for a 6-pack and nub, any of the nubs at Holt's. The Habano, the Maduro, the Connecticut, and the Cameroon. And the same price for the nub canes. So you do the math. You want to pay more and get a box, go for it. But me, I'll go through Holtz for my cigars usually.
And,
But
and the number load's not a bad deal either. You get a
$120.
35 cigars for $100 roughly.
Yeah, 100 if you buy cigar bid. Otherwise, it's 120.
Oh, we saw
shipping.
one recently go for 78 on cigar bid. So.
Exactly, and what you get is 5 of each. You get the cane nub. Since this is the last nub review,
Cane nub
you get
F, the cane Connecticut, the cane nub
No.
double Maduro, the cane Maduro, the cane
Do
Habano
they say
Plus, the
cane
cane.
right there?
Oh, sorry. I'm
You
trying
get
to
the
spit it
cane-
all out
You
because
get
she's
the
cutting me
cane
off.
nub F. You get the Habano Plus, Nub Plus. You get the Nub Habano, the Nub Connecticut, the Nub Maduro, the Nub Double Maduro, and the Nub Cameroon. 5 of each, 35 cigars, $120.
Yeah, which isn't a bad deal, and that's what she did, and that's why we got to try them all, and we did them back to back to back to back pretty much for the reviews. So, anyways, that's our last nub review, unless we get the Sumatra in, but who knows when, if we do at all. So
Maybe May. But I do want to say we have another review after this to do after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to tell you all, look for a special video coming up, an unboxing video.
Yep, we got an unboxing video that's going to be happening soon.
It's going to be like Christmas morning soon. So, that's it. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. And may God bless you in all you do. And enjoy every puff.
Yes. You need it.